Yo, what's up? What you're about to watch are three keys that I think can take your 2024 to the next level. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below what you liked in this video. I'm excited to hear your thoughts, opinions, and I hope these things can help. We're here to serve, we're here to grow, and we're here to live higher. So let's go. Welcome back to the channel, my higher ups, my high frequency viewers. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. If you haven't, make sure you subscribe to this channel because we're gonna be putting a lot more content like this up here. I'm glad you are back with us. My name is Rome Green, and we at High Frequency believe in order to create change in the world, you must create change within. So let's go within. Now, so one thing about the new year is people always try to like get their year set up, get everything set up. But what I've realized is, especially in this season of my life, a lot of the times I was focusing on like a big overarching like outcome for the year. Like, you know, you'd be like, all right, well, 2024, by the end of 2024, I'm gonna make 10 billion gazillion dollars. Now, mind you, you could do that, but that's not realistic, right? And I believe there's a few things that's gonna set you up for the most success in 2024. And I wanna name a couple of those things right here in this video that I think you should start implementing into your 2024 success plan. So let's get into it. Number one, I think you should have objectives and not just goals. All right, because the thing about goals is you have a specific end date, right? By December 23rd, blah, blah, blah. See, with an objective, it's usually an actionable plan behind that, right? So, example, goal may be, all right, I want to get to 5,000 new YouTube subscribers by the end of this year. Okay, it is a goal, and if that goal helps you, it's great, but I think you should have an objective, right? And an objective would be something along the lines of, hey, I want to make sure I put out 1 to 2 videos a week over the next 12 months, over the next 6 months, right? What I call this is the principle of focusing on outputs and not outcomes, right? What am I outputting, right? What am I doing every day that's gonna just move the needle just a little bit? You don't have to move the needle a lot, just a little bit. It's small, incremental steps. Look at like an iPhone, right? On your iPhone, you get updates. They pop out the blue, you update your phone. I think look at your life as little itty bitty updates that you can do, 1 update a week, 1 update every 2 weeks, 1 update every 3 weeks. And by the time you look up at the end of 2024, you'll be like, man, I've updated my whole system. And that's what we're here to do at High Frequency. We want to update our whole system without the bugs and stuff that iPhones and phones be having. We don't want the bugs and they get the bugs out. But anyway, other than that, we want to update the whole system. So the first thing you need to do is focus on outputs instead of outcomes. And I think that's going to help you get to your goal in 2024. The second thing that's going to make 2024 one of your best years, I believe, is for you to start focusing on endurance in this race called life. Now, we're gonna get a little spiritual, right? So I wanna go to Hebrews 12 and read this to you. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders the sin that so easily entangles us, right? What I get from that already, let us throw off the distractions. Let us throw off the opinions of others. Let us throw off everything that's distracting us from getting to that objective that we want to get to, right? And let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured such opposition from sinners, that you will not grow weary and lose heart. So that main thing, right? What I take from that is, let us run the race with perseverance, the race marked out for us. So I think the second thing you got to do in 2024 is get your endurance up, right? That perseverance, that endurance to run your race. Put blinders on. Stop focusing on what everybody else race is going on. We look over here. Dang, they got the new whip. They got the new house. Dang, She got the BBL. She got the, I mean, she might have a BBL, I don't know. She got the gold necklace, out of whatever it is. I don't know why I went with BBL first. I guess that's what's out here. But it's about running your race. That requires focus, right? That requires time set aside to focus, to go in, to understand what your race means. You technically already won the race of life. You're here, you're alive, you're well. But now we take that endurance and we boost it up a little bit. You look at long distance runners, right? They train because they're trying to go the distance. They go through different terrains, right? You go through mountains, you go through cold, you go through extreme heat, you go through different type of rough terrains, but they've trained so hard that they've adapted. Right. And so you have to have adaptability in 2024 in order to run that race of endurance. So when things happen, we must embrace change. When things happen, we must say, okay, what now? Instead of why did that happen to me? We need to say, what now? How can I push forward? How can I push past those insecurities that I may have in order to run my race? It's your race. Remember that nobody else can run your race. So the person with the bike can't come in and run your race because they're on a bike. You have the legs. You can't. That's not even in the same two things. Or the person swimming can't come run your race because they're swimming. It's to run your race. Understand what your race is going to do. Understand where your race is going to take you, and understand how endurance plays a big part in that. Right. And I think endurance comes in everything, right? It comes in career, it comes in relationships, it comes in business, it comes in finance, right? So even in finance, when you want to run your race may be investing $100 a month, investing $25 a month, saving $20 a month. Somebody else's race may be $1,000 a month. Somebody else's may be $5,000 a month. Whatever your race is, run it. That endurance over time is what's going to make for the big gains in the next few years. So understand that endurance is going to get you exactly where you need to go. One thing I did want to mention, with endurance comes prioritizing your plans. With that endurance race, we can look ahead, but we don't want to look too far. Looking too far will get you distracted, but squeezing that timeline in will help you run that endurance. So if something is supposed to happen in a month, see if you can squeeze that into 2 weeks. Let that endurance build up, and then by the time that month comes, your breath work, everything is there. You can run that race easily, right? So whatever that is, let endurance help you build patience. That's one of the key things when it comes to endurance. It helps you build patience because you're running. I'm tired. I'm breathing. I don't know if I can go no more. But wait a minute. I see the person with the water bottle. I don't know who running with their hands like this, but I already started, so I'm just gonna finish it like this. And I grab the water bottle, I take it down. I'm like, oh my goodness. That's good water right there. Now I can keep going, right? So understand your award mile markers that you have for your race that you're running. So implement endurance into your 2024 plan, and I guarantee you, you're gonna get there. Another thing that I think is going to help propel you forward in 2024 is unlearning all the BS, right? And this is coming straight from High Frequency, straight from Cam himself. He wrote, gotta learn to unlearn all the BS, right? We think one of the biggest steps to growth is learning to unlearn all the things that's holding us back. Whether it's habits we inherited from our parents, negative self-beliefs, or outdated notions. Sometimes unlearning something old is more impactful than learning something new. Take a moment to audit your thoughts and life, identify areas for change, and take action. You'll be astonished at how these subtle, unchecked habits were silently hindering your progress. And that is a word, because there's so many times in life where I've thought, maybe I just need to learn to add this one new thing or add this other new thing, when really, honestly, I just needed to unlearn some of the old habits, unlearn some of the things that I might have been taught when I was younger, unlearn some of the things that I might have been taught from society, right? And that didn't really cover myself, because if we really think about it, we are so engulfed in social media, regular media, just outside opinions. We're so engulfed in that all the time, every day, that we can easily form our thoughts from the thoughts of somebody else and not ever hear exactly what we have going on. That's why it's so important to get out by yourself. It's so important to take a walk, be in your thoughts. You don't necessarily have to have music all the time, right? Talk to yourself, work through some problems, take a day or two, figure these things out, unlearn certain patterns that you may have had before, right? If you're getting up, doing that same thing, running, going that same route, taking that same direction, we need to go a new direction. We need to unlearn just being in this like automatic, almost AI-like way of movement and robotic ways that we do certain things and we go about certain tasks, and enter the randomness in your life that'll help you think about some things in a different way, right? You ever been talking to somebody and they just are so stuck on one way? They're so stuck on it has to be this way. They're so stuck on it needs to sound like this. It needs to look like this. It needs to feel like this. And you kind of say to yourself, but what if it works this way? But what if we thought about it in this manner? Let's open our worlds up and not be so constrained to the point where we can't even see the good on the other side of that idea, that thing that's blocking us. We could see on the other side, but our patterns, our thoughts, our history, our traumas are in front of us, so they're blocking the thing that can the thing that can take us to the next level. So unlearn that BS, man. Okay, unlearn that so you can have a better 2024. So number one, we're focusing on outputs over outcomes. Number two, we're learning endurance in every aspect of our life, and we're running our race. And number three, we're unlearning the BS that has been holding us back and hindering us silently for so long. If you're listening to this, please understand that even just implementing these three things, I've implemented it, the people around me have implemented it. It's going to take you further than you can imagine, because it's going to allow you to open up. It's going to allow you to actually produce more, and it's going to allow you to run the race longer. So make sure you take account of all these things, take notes, go back and watch the video, leave in the comment below what you're going to unlearn, leave in the comments below what race you're running, what you're excited about, your objectives that you're excited about, and drop down in the comments what you learned today, what things you're going to implement that's going to help you out, and let's have a conversation, man. I think the more we build this community, the more we have a conversation, it's going to take us to the next level. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, let's stay higher, live higher, and change within in order to change the world. Let's go.